We're showing our assist feeder here. Uses a standard Welby power source, a standard wire feeder. We've got an adapter to the wire feeder to our umbilical. The umbilical cable can be 10, 20 meters or combinations of the two to extend out to the assist feeder. The assist feeder here allows us to take wire that's pushed out from the standard 4-roll feeder to here and support longer distances and more complex areas to get into. The final component is a standard push type torch. No push pull here, standard torch, standard consumables. The assist feeder has skids mounted on the top and the bottom, allow us to move it around. It also has control features that allow us to make changes without having to go back out to where the power source is. This is a tour of the OTC Extend Arc inline assist feeder user interface. On startup, the Daihen logo comes up, followed by the firmware version. The system is controlled with a D-pad, 4-way control, for the navigation and selection of program parameters. The welding current is initially called up from the last use or last program when the machine was shut down. The next screen to the right is the wire feed speed. The next screen is the welding voltage. The next screen is the arc length tuning, which is the synergic value. And the last screen is the job or program number of saved programs in the Welby. We go back to the current, and we have, using the up and down selectors on the 4-way, we can change the welding current from our remote location, either up or down. Switching over to the wire speed, we can do the same there. We can raise or lower the wire speed of our program. We can also go to the voltage, lowering the voltage or raising the voltage to tune in our arc. Next is a arc tune selection of the value, of the synergic value. We can raise and lower that value. We decide we want to go back to and select a job, the saved jobs. We can select any of the preset values. You hold the right button and it shows that value loading, and we're back to, in this case, program 3. So from the prime menu, we can hold the left-hand button down and get into the sub-menu for secondary settings on the assist feeder. The first option that comes up is inching. If we right-click over, it shows the inching speed, which we can adjust with up and down changes. And then as we hold the right-hand button, we can actually inch the wire. Going back, the auto inching function, if we hold that, allows us to feed wire all the way from the primary feeder out to the assist feeder into the torch. This allows us to start this without having to continually hold the button until the wire is fed the entire distance. The job save allows me to go in and modify a program or look for a program that is not saved and save my existing program or my changes to a new program by holding the right button until the save screen shows. Next one is arc control. Allows me to fine-tune the arc from the assist feeder. Wave frequency. If we are in a pulsed program, a wave pulse program, we can adjust the wave frequency, the hertz, from the control here. If we are using the W400, which is an AC MIG machine, we can adjust the EN ratio from this point here. In this case, we don't have a W400 hooked up, so the program will not accept the changes. The version, very helpful when calling in for service and looking for help. It helps us understand what version of software and firmware is in this unit to help us understand and make any suggestions and changes. The log screen tracks two things. First is total welding time, and second is max temperature. And then there is a clear screen that you can hit on the right that will clear that and will get you back to reset values. The feeder load, which shows the amperage draw on the feeders and helps us to change out the liners when needed. Gas check settings, which allows us to purge gas from this screen. Cable length, which is initial setup. The model of the assist feeder. And back to the inching screen. Holding the left-hand button again takes us back to our primary setting screens. Another feature on the left-hand button is get you back. It allows us to turn a light on if we're down in a dark area like the bows of a ship. We can see what's going on with our feeder. We're able to get in there and see what's going on and make adjustments and check our feedability and our feeding system. Push that again and it shuts off.